In part 1 and part 2 of this series, we looked at how to create real-time backups of your data, your Exchange, and SQL servers every 15 minutes throughout the day, minimizing data loss to 15 minutes. In this part 3, we're going to look at how to restore files and folders using Shadow Protect, the world-leading real-time recovery solution. Now, why does anyone back up? Quite simply, it's to enable restores. Using real-time recovery, we're heavily focused on the restore process and making it as simple as possible for users. So we quite simply follow the wizards, browse to our image repository, select the image that we want to restore a file back from, enter our password as it's password protected. Here we can see the entire incremental chain, including the base image. So we can either move forward or backward, restoring this file back to any 15-minute increment throughout the day. We can now mount the image as a drive letter. Or what we normally recommend for most customers is to mount it as an empty NTFS folder, go down to Custom and type Friday's backup, Monday's backup, Tuesday's backup, whatever the backup is for that day. Shadow Protect has automatically taken a very complex image file with lots of incrementals and a base image, mounted it as a single virtual volume, and presented it as Friday's backup to the users. So let's take a scenario that today with traditional tape backup, a user called Adam phones up the IT help desk and says, I need a file restored. I think I created the file on Friday. Can you help me restore it? So what do you do as an IT manager? Well, today you go and find Friday's tape. Hopefully it's on site. You load it in the tape drive, you recatalog it, reindex it, drill down on tape, eventually find Adam's directory, Adam's file, restore it back to him, and what does Adam say? Adam says, well, I actually wanted the Thursday version. So start the process again. It's very painful, very laborious. With Shadow Protect, the process of restoring a single file is much more simplified. Simply direct Adam to go to Windows Explorer, look for the directory called Friday's Backup, go down on Friday's Backup to find his directory, Adam. He can then search through his directory to find the individual file or multiple files that he needs restored. He clicks on the file, and he can quite simply either save as back to his location, or he can drag and drop it back to his directory. Of course, we've fully retained all the NTFS passwords, permissions, and security so that Adam can only look at Adam's files. He cannot look at any other files of any other user. We can also dismount the image very quickly. Simply right-click on Friday's Backup, click on Quick Dismount, and the virtual volume disappears. We could also mount the volume by simply going to the image repository and right mouse clicking on that image file to mount it as a virtual. Here we can select a quick mount, which will mount it as the next available drive letter, or we can go through the normal mount process that we've just demonstrated, which we won't do for this demonstration.